growth, and also live streaming via YouTube. Of course, the Skype streaming is there also. Awareness is always choiceless. Awareness is always choiceless. काश इसी तरीक पे अदा मेरी नमाज हो, काश इसी तरीक पे अदा मेरी नमाज हो, अदा मेरी नमाज हो. काश में इसी तरीक, on this, tariq means system, the tariqa, pe ada meri namaz ho, my prayers, my all salutations be offered on this tariqa, the path of inward journey. काश इसी तरीक पे अदा मेरी नमाज हो, अदा मेरी नमाज हो, अदा मेरी नमाज हो. यार के पाए नाज पे, यार के पाए नाज पे मेरा सरे नियाज हो, मेरा सरे नियाज हो. यार के पायनाज in ruhaniyat, spiritual terminology, yar refers to your master, your sheikh. There is no other friend, no friend other than the master. Yar ke painas par, painas means the footsteps. Pe mera, mine, sare niyaz, my, not the physical mind, but all that the mind encompasses, the memory, the ego, the intelligence. यार के पायनाज पे मेरा सरे नियाज हो, all that the mind encompasses be offered as mine, because that is what I have, nothing else but my vain pride, ego, my storehouse of the memory, which has not helped me in any way, intelligence that I had considered up to now sublime. काश इसी तरीक पे अदा मेरी नमाज हो, अदा मेरी नमाज हो. काश इसी तरीक पे अदा मेरी नमाज हो, नमाज हो. यार के पाए नाज पे, यार के पाए नाज पे, यार के पाए नाज पे मेरा सरे नियाज हो, मेरा सरे नियाज हो. میرا سرے نیاز یار کے آئے ناز پہ میرا سرے نیاز ہر وقت تصور ہے اس بھولی تصویر کا. Every moment I remember that innocent countenance, that innocent image. ہر وقت تصور ہے اس بھولی تصویر کا جس کی نگاہ مست نے جس کی نگاہ مست نے مستانہ بنا ڈالا مستانہ بنا ڈالا. جس کی نگاہ means a look, must means intoxicated. جس کی نگاہ مست نے مستانہ بنا ڈالا, make me drown, make me intoxicated as well. Firstly, that look, that glance was intoxicated. And not only that, it had made me intoxicated as well. جس کی نگاہ مست نے مستانہ بنا ڈالا. ہوشیار تو بہت تھے. I was considering myself to be very cautious. I was very cautious. ہوشیار تو بہت تھے دیوانہ بنا ڈالا. I was very cautious, yet still I got intoxicated. ہر وقت تصور ہے اس بھولی تصویر کا. ہر وقت تصور ہے اس بھولی تصویر کا جس کی نگاہ مست نے مستانہ بنا ڈالا. جس کی نگاہ مست نے مستانہ بنا ڈالا مستانہ بنا ڈالا. ہوشیار تو بہت تھے ہوشیار تو بہت تھے دیوانہ بنا ڈالا دیوانہ بنا ڈالا. دیوانہ 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 بنا ڈالا جس کی نگاہ مست نے مستانہ بنا ڈالا مستانہ بنا ڈالا. When awareness begins to flower, it becomes, in the end, naturally choiceless. You may start anyhow, but in the end it always becomes choiceless. And then it begins to blossom. And what comes out of that is bliss and compassion. These are the flowers that grow on the tree of choiceless awareness. And this choiceless awareness has nothing to do with positive thinking. The choice, the technique of positive thinking is not a technique that can transform you. It is simply what it does, the positive thinking. it represses all that is negative. By repressing the negative does not mean that you are becoming more positive or there is positive assertion. It cannot help the awareness and it goes against the awareness, the positive thinking. Awareness is absolutely choiceless. There is no way that you can be against positive thinking. There are certain moments when you need to be positive. You will be surprised if you do not choose and you have a choiceless awareness. Your life will start expressing something wherein both positive and negative has dissolved one another. You have an electric bulb. It operates on bipolar energy of positive and the negative. Neither the bulb has any choice. Bulb has to simply allow itself to flow what it comes to it. And the positive and negative, the bipolar energy remains there. And in that state of choicelessness, the two neutralize one another and there happens transcendence. Light is the transcendence out of the interaction of the bipolar energy of the positive and negative. You will be surprised when there is choicelessness, your awareness is choiceless. Life starts expressing something which is beyond both positive and negative. And that which is beyond positive and negative is higher than both. That which is beyond is higher than the two. The light is a great phenomenon. Then the positive current and the negative current. The moment light manifests, it has left the positive and negative far behind. Far, far behind, and it has soared instantaneously. It's like the moment the spaceship ready to plunder into the outer space. Within no time it reaches to the sky and starts soaring in the sky. So awareness takes you far beyond the physical plane. It is neither negative nor positive. Instead, it is existential beyond the two. If you want to attain to total freedom, then choiceless awareness is the way. You are beyond the two, neither this nor that. You have attained to the flight and you have reached to that horizon where you can lay your wings stretched. Lay your wings stretched and you start floating. Have you observed the birds floating in the sky? They flap their wings to attain to a certain altitude. The spaceship, the plane makes an effort to reach to that height. The moment it reaches to that height, it simply, its wings are already stretched. it begins to float, it begins to glide, it tearing away the winds, the clouds, it begins to gently glide. It's not doing anything, it's happening naturally. If you want to attain to total freedom, then do not choose this or that. Because in choosing, you have only two options, this or that. And transcendence is not a choice, it is beyond the both. And that is where the teaching of choiceless awareness comes in. This is the reason why the great masters, the sheikhs, insisted just to be aware. Do not choose. Let thy will prevail. मालिक तेरी रजा रहे और तू ही तू रहे, बाकी न मैं रहूं न मेरी आरज़ू रहे, जब तक बदन में जान रगों में लहू रहे, बस तेरी ही तेरी जुस्तजू रहे, न मेरी आरज़ू रहे, न मैं रहूं न मेरी आरज़ू रहे, बस तेरी ही जुस्तजू रहे. Let thy will prevail. This is, you have chosen to allow his will to flow through you. Remember, the moment you choose, you have lost your total freedom. You are left with only one part, the one that you have chosen. You have a drink table. If you have chosen one and something is poured into your cup, a particular measure is made for you, you have that alone in your hand. If you are choiceless, you can choose any. Your freedom remains total, but if you remain choiceless, your freedom remains total. The floor is open. You can move this way or that way. The vehicle, when it is moving according to the GPS system, it is in a state of choicelessness. It moves a certain distance this way, turns. GPS is, you have set your goal in the beginning of the journey. Then choicelessly, then you have no choice. It leads you to your destination and directs you. But if you remain choiceless, your freedom remains total. So there is only one thing which is totally free, and that is choiceless awareness. Everything else is limited and finite. Never choose. If you choose, you will be just in quagmire. Therefore, do not choose. A choiceless awareness is the goal as well as the way. Both goal and the way. Just remain aloof. Do not choose. The moment you choose, you have fallen into the trap of the world or into the trap of the mind. Choice comes from the mind. Mind chooses this against the other. And the way is, do not choose. Whatever you choose, you will repent, because the other will remain and haunt you. Why I didn't choose that? Why did I choose this? This always remains. If you need absolute freedom, then choiceless awareness is the only option. only thing. Awareness means you come with an inner light, you move fully alert, you are moving with the light, the nur that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it to you. The light that Buddha spoke, Appo Deepo Bhava, be a light unto yourself. You are your own polar star. You are not guided by any other light but your own light that is incandescent deep within you. In your sanctum sanctorum that is lit there, incandescent there. This nur was infused into you like the LED light whose light never fades away and it burns no fuel. It is burning, it is lit because of that atomic or atmic energy, the soul energy, the Ruh. Ruh is the only fuel that keeps this flame alive. You come with it. Awareness means you come with an inner light and you move totally aware that I have the light within me. I am the light. Each step is taken in awareness, the waking, the coming, and the sitting. Everything is done with that light, with that awareness. And this becomes the epitome of awareness. Epitome of awareness. If you are aware, you speak with awareness. I am speaking to you. I am alone in this studio. You all are in your places. Two things are happening here. What are the two things? A voice is being projected through the vocal cord. This is active. Along with that, you all are sitting in your own places. You are passively listening to it. And to that, I am also a listener. I am speaking as well as I am listening. You would have observed when the artists go on the stage, the person, the PA system, he has a microphone in his hand to amplify his voice, and he has a headphone on his ears. He continues to listen to what he is speaking, his voice modulation, his intonation. Then he directs which instrument is to be lowered. If the vase has to increase, raise, or little more echo has to be given, or something else has to be poured into. So he directs, he makes sure that he hears every single syllable that comes out of his mouth. This speaking is an active act, and listening is the passive act. Simultaneously, the active and the passive is moving. And when the active and passive neutralize one another, in the language of Tantra, it is called a state of orgasm, the beyond. The two, neither the activeness is there nor the passiveness is there. Instead, you are in a state of transcendence, beyond. And when you are in that state, only then there is bliss. There is a kind of a satiation. This is neither of the active nor of the passive, instead of the beyond. The two have merged into one another, they have neutralized, and in that is a state of the absolute orgasm. You have only known the one that comes with the physical association. Every moment this is happening. If you are aware, you will speak with awareness, and now what has happened? You have developed a double arrow that has 2 points on the both sides. Normally, the arrow has one end pointed that faces the target, and the other the flat that rests on the string of the bow, and together with the string, the archer holds on to this, pulls it in the reverse direction, and when he releases, with the force, the arrow shoots in the direction where it's supposed to go. But in spirituality, in inward journey, the moment the seeker, what is the difference between the seeker and the master? Seeker has his eyes focused only on the other, he misses the connection with his center. The center is not developed as yet. The master, the awakened one, is one who is speaking as well as listening. Two things are happening simultaneously in him. His arrow, one end is facing you where the message is meant for you, and he is also as well as listening to it. And the process continues. So you speak with awareness. If you are aware, you will speak with awareness. And awareness comes from the innerness or the being. It flows from the inner being towards the others. It is the inner quality of consciousness. It has nothing to do with closed eyes or open eyes. Awareness has its own light and vision. Therefore, walk with awareness, eat with awareness, breathe with awareness. Whatsoever you do, you engage in your day-to-day activities. From morning till evening, you engage in many activities. You can lend that light to each act. What you do normally, you use your wisdom. Use your wisdom and pour it into each act that you do. Now, change it and let there be awareness, let there be the light as you traverse along the life's roads. You move moment to moment in this act or that act. Let there be total awareness. Freedom will happen on its own. Freedom will happen on its own. Only this much for this morning. Until then, take care.